I just want to I just want to welcome everyone. Thank you so much on a Saturday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 o'clock in Eastern Standard Time. So this is a sacrifice for these people we're going to get to hear from. And we thank you so much for joining us, but it's going to be worth every second. So I get the privilege of introducing a couple of women that I have come to love. I get to talk to almost every single day, and I learn tidbits and get coached. And that's the reason why Dwight and I right now are able to share this with so many people. And so many people are having results because they're teaching us the right way to use the product, share the product, and how to open our arms and invite people and just literally show love and grace and kindness to people. And that's one of the things I love the most about the two you're going to meet. And so we get to introduce TNT Marketing. They're a team. It's Tammy Young and Teresa Ferguson. And I had the privilege of knowing them a good 10 plus years ago and watched this dynamite duo do amazing things in another business. And here they're literally rocking it 10 times faster, 10 times better. And here's the thing, everybody that they share this with loves them because they treat everybody with kindness and respect. And I'm so thankful that we get to be in this line of coaching. So please, let's give total respect. They have many, many years in this business. She just counted today. She's going to share it with you. So take it away, TNT.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Teresa, you'll have to unmute yourself. Crystal, thank you so much. I mean, we just love you guys. And, we've been talking about doing this call for a while, doing this Zoom, because I want to see everybody's faces. I mean, a lot of these faces I'm seeing, I recognize from that past company we were in, Horatia, and, I had just high respect, for Kevin and Desi and you and Dwight and your whole team out there in Colorado. And I know I've said this before, but some people on here may not have heard me say it, but my son lived in Colorado. So I would come out there and do meetings occasionally for you guys. And Kevin was so kind. He'd come pick me up in his big truck and, take me down to the meeting and introduce me to everyone. And y'all were so wonderful, just such great people. And we're thrilled. I mean, absolutely thrilled to be working with you all. I mean, truly, truly, you are, I'm not supposed to say this, but you're our favorite team. Don't tell anybody we told you that.
Don't tell anybody that. I'm in big trouble.
That I'll let Teresa tell you how we got started here real quick. And we've been together. Teresa and I have known each other since seventh grade, since junior high school. And Teresa always says, well, that was just a few years ago. But when Crystal was talking earlier about combined years in this industry, all right, hold on to your seat. It's 70 years combined, the two of us. I saw your mouth open, Kevin. So, yeah. I said, I don't know if I want to tell people that or not, Teresa, but we are 67 years. I'm sorry, 67 years young. And I mean, I feel so good. We feel so much better. And, my story real quick, and I'll turn it over to Teresa. I've struggled for years with losing several family members. And I know, Crystal, you and Dwight can relate, and probably everybody on here, can relate to losing loved ones. But mine were like boom, boom, boom. And I just could not bounce back. I didn't want to get out of bed. I had no desire to do anything. I was actually having to look for a job, when this came along, and Teresa said, we really need to try this product. So I tried it, and I am so grateful every single day, because within a week, it stopped my fight or flight, and my stress and my anxiety. It went away. And I am, I'm the old me. I've got myself back again. I feel wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So now, Teresa, I'm going to turn it over to you to share a little bit.
I mean, right. Tammy's story is just absolutely phenomenal. It really is. It is so amazing. I mean, because I saw all the change in her. It's just a radical change, really. So I had just kind of washed my hands of network marketing, MLMs. I love the industry, but just like many of us, we kind of got a bad taste in our mouth. And so I decided, I've always loved beauty. So I decided I'm going to go back to law and come and work at Macy's as counter manager on my feet in my 60s, 40 hours a week as a counter manager. I had all that stress and everything. So I really started praying. If you all know me, I'm a woman of faith. And I really prayed that God would show me, something different. And Tammy would at times come up with different things. And I was like, nah, nah, nah. Well, one day I was scrolling Facebook and I saw Chris Collins on. And we were in Lavelle. We were still getting a check. It was a very small check. We just kind of like collected a check, basically. We liked some of the products. We thought we liked them until we found Fix, and then nothing compares to that. So anyway, long story short, he walked away he was basically in retirement collecting $500,000 a year. And he started talking about Fix. And Tammy, something in me it clicked. I said, Tammy, we've got to do this. We've got to try this. And so it took us 3 days to get a hold of them. And finally, we were like messaging. He broke Facebook. So you can imagine someone walking away from that and then walking over to this. It was huge, you guys. It was huge. So finally, Tammy goes, we're former 200K Lavelle. And so Danielle reached out to us and she basically said, if you want to do this, you need to leave Lavelle. And we did. Like just then we both, got our packet. I hadn't even tried it. But do you realize that? We hadn't even tried it until we just, I just knew this is an answer to prayer. I knew. My gut told me. I just knew. So the rest is history. We went to an event and a really interesting story. We went to, I think was the event in April? Because we started in March. So I guess was it April or March? I can't remember.
April was it? Okay. So we went to that event. And you guys, let me tell you something. What's so important. And Karen and Desi, I'm so excited to hear you're all going to Dallas, because everyone that we were there with, from Danielle and Chris's team that was there, went diamond. And we all were on a trip in Costa Rica with them. Everyone at that event went diamond. I'm not kidding you. We were there in April. We were sapphires. And then by the end of May, we went diamond and double diamond. I forgot about that. And so that's what's so important to get to these events. There's just something about that culture that's so different. It's just like Tammy and I were and just like, oh my gosh, everything just resonated with us. Everything we prayed about. It was just like, this is so different. It was so different. And there wasn't real flashy or anything like that. No hype. And it just changed our lives forever. It absolutely did. And so I'm even more excited for this event in Dallas. I'm counting down the days. We had a great trip to Costa Rica, and we're hoping to see you all in Punta Cana in January and the event in Dallas. I think what stood out to me the most.
I'm going to talk a little bit too. I don't know.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say what.
Well, go ahead. No, go ahead and say what you're going to say.
We keep interrupting each other. I think what stood out to me the most was when we looked around the room, there were only 600 people there. And I've never been to, in the beginning of a company like this. I've kind of been in the beginning of companies before, but nothing like this, and nothing with the product like this. I mean, the scientific, how the scientific world, it's changing over the years. And to have something of this magnitude that's doing the things that this product is doing for people, and especially after that call or that video that Dr. Ben Bowers just did, talking about your stem cells, and how your body can rebuild itself. I mean, this blows my mind, literally. I mean, I can't comprehend this. So I'm really excited to see and hear more. We got to hear a lot of the scientists and, the formulators. And so, like Teresa said, it's not like anything we've ever done, guys. I know you all have been in a lot of things, but this really, truly is different. That's enough talking about the conference. So what else did you want to talk about, Teresa or Crystal? What else did you want us to touch on?
Well, I think the team probably needs to hear the important key things, especially new ones, because we have a lot of new ones on right now. Some key getting started steps. And you guys you held my hand and walked me through it. And we shared that with a few others. And Desi and Kevin jumped on like fire and did the same thing. But you can streamline it for us if you would.
Absolutely. Very simple. I'll start, Teresa, and then you add to it. When we first got started, the first thing Danielle said to us was, learn how to do voice messaging. We didn't know how to do that. So we learned. And so that's what we do. I think the other day I sent out a little voice clip that I send to people. It's just like, try to keep your testimony to 90 seconds or less, when you share with somebody. So you can send out those voice messages via text, via messenger, or you can call people, whatever you're comfortable with. That was the main thing that we started doing, and inviting people to the wellness shift. That's what got Lynn James interested, because she was so burnt out on network marketing that, that's the first thing I did was put her into the wellness shift where all the testimonies were. And she started, reading those, and she called and she said, put me in now, because she understood a binary, get me in now. So that's, the two main things. And Teresa, I'll let you touch on some more.
Well, I mean, honestly, I really kind of go through the Hopstars team page. It's called teamhopstars.com. You all, there is so much in here. I just started because Danielle and Chris have updated it. And if before you do anything, it tells you. And, Tammy and I, we go through one-on-one too with you too, but this gives you a map to go by. It's everything is in here. It's absolutely. We also have a team page on Facebook, which is great. But just for instance, getting started, there's one. I've got 2 iPads. Welcome to the team. And it tells you what you need to do, where to find resources, plug into the community. I mean, it just gives you an array of things to do. And then this is huge. I won't go over all these, but the team calendar. So we have more training. Zoom. All you have to do is click on that, and it'll show you where the meeting ID, and you can just click on that, and you'll get to the Zoom meeting. We have the Monday. Oh, this was September 1st. Okay, so we'll see here. This is Sunday. The Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have the Work With Me Zooms. That's Tammy and my favorites. It's absolutely amazing. And they are recorded. I'm going to show you where all that is too. But they are amazing. One of the diamonds will go work with you for an hour, and we go step by steps, and we stop and do the work. It's not intimidating. I thought, oh gosh, it's amazing. I've learned so much. Tammy and I both have learned a lot from these. And then on Wednesday night, we have the experience Zoom. And that is where you bring at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. It's where you bring your guests and let them get on. There'll be some testimonies on there. They'll talk about the product. They'll talk about the the opportunity. It's a really good Zoom. So we have things going on all the time. You just click on that, it takes you right there. So there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 events at least. And then resources, product info. Now this is being updated, testimonials, comp plan, clinical studies, past team Zooms. So if you missed something, here's September 10th, Work With Me Zoom. September 7th, Team Zoom. 3rd, 31st, it gives you all these past Zooms so you can go and rewatch them, if you didn't, get to see them before. So I just wanted to share that with you. Also, Nikki and Carrie have started, it's called Grit and Grace, and it is on Facebook. And they have all kinds of resources on there, even things from like Allison Byler. They'll put some things on that. So that's very, very, very useful. So I'm telling you all this to show you have so many tools that they have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed to have such an amazing upline that, empower us and empower you. And of course, you always have us to reach out to ask questions, even sometimes just where to find things. I want to shoot it back to you.
Anything else, Crystal, you want us to touch on? You're muted.
Well, one thing I want to say is thank you, because you gave Kevin and Desi and Dwight and I hope again in this industry, because we had serious PTSD, disappointment from the past, and we didn't touch anything for a long, long time. And as angry as we were, we had to be reasonable, and precious Kevin said, I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. And it was precious, because we felt the same when you called us, and we felt very complimented that you called us, and Kevin and Desi felt the same way. I just happened to respond first, Kevin. and we appreciate the fact that you thought of us, because you knew that we had gone through that in the previous company. And then you did it with such love and kindness, because we were not in a great place, as Tammy mentioned. And Tammy understood and had empathy, because she also went through a lot of that. And everyone has had some portion of what we went through last year and the last 10 years of some caregiving and different things. So we want to say thank you for not giving up on us, because I did not respond to Tammy the first day that she left a message, and Dwight and I rolled our eyes. But she said, Google vagus nerve. And Dwight Googled it right away. And I didn't have a good attitude. And he goes, oh, honey, this is good. This is real. And then we had to look at it, and we had to listen, and we had to ask questions. And I had a few questions for her, which she answered so wonderfully and sent us some information. And the first thing we did was jump on the Wellness Shift Facebook group full of testimonials. And we were being mean, so we decided we were going to read at least 50, at least. And we ended up with around 70, we think. And we knew we had to try the product. We literally got in and tried the product before we even listened to Dr. Bowers, because that many people cannot be lying and that many people cannot be exaggerating. And so many of the results were different, but so many were the same that all of us are having. So it was wonderful. And the idea of being able to help people again, but have 100% confidence in what we're using to help people, it's a no-brainer. And then being early, like you said, Kevin and Desi and Dwight and I never felt like we'd ever find a company where we would get in this early and have this good of a pay plan. Never have we seen this good of a pay plan. So we want to, as a team, and there are several on here that are just on fire. Brandy Knight, Jennifer Tracy, you guys are on fire. And I'm so proud of this team. And we are thanking you so much for being here for us. I mean, you answer our questions. We constantly drive you crazy on the Gaiter Iarussi messenger group. We're constantly asking questions and commenting, and you are right there. You are right there to help us, and we appreciate you so much. So, Kevin, and Desi, do you have anything else you would like for Tammy and Teresa to share?
Crystal, I'm glad you said that because I just want to tell Kevin and Desi, I would really greatly appreciate if they would each tell their testimonial. I've got a couple people that are here, and I think that the Thomas in particular on the skin one for Desi would be interesting. Raymond, I think Raymond is one of the reasons that we were talking is because of his diabetes. He hasn't even taken time to go to a doctor, but he knows he's dealing with something. And I told him it'd be interesting to simultaneously put that together, where we ordered the drops for him, and then he gets a doctor's appointment and gets his blood taken. And just off the record, I got done with a 5 artery heart surgery, open heart surgery. And I've been 2 years getting my blood work done. And I went to my new NP. She was reading my charts. She didn't know me at all. She wanted to make sure she was thorough. She read every one of my blood reports. But just as I took this product for 60 days, it happened that they asked me to do my blood report. And she sets the reports down and says, "What are you doing different?" She says, "You have perfect blood right now. You haven't for 2 years. What happened?" So that's an example. I don't know what to tell you from that. I'll learn more because they're doing some other tests on me. But she wants to, as a doctor, my what do you call it? What do you call it? Cholesterol. My cholesterol, there's two kinds, a bad and a good. Let's just make it simple. My bad cholesterol is down where normal people are. My good cholesterol is higher than normal people. And she's still not happy as an NP. She says, "Okay, let's buy just before Thanksgiving. I want to see you again. Don't stop taking what you're taking." I showed her the product. And she says, "I want to see this below on the bad cholesterol." And then she says, "I'm sold." She says, "And I will look into this very carefully because as a doctor, we need to know about these things."
That's great, Kenneth. So Tammy or Teresa, do you have any thoughts about possibly the skin that one person is looking for? Some Desi, I believe it was for your eczema. Is that what it was, Desi?
Yeah, that actually pretty much cleared up within a couple weeks of starting to take the drops, and I have been fighting
Yeah,
with
you just
eczema.
share that with us. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And then
anyways,
that's awesome.
I'm excited about that.
Go ahead. Would you share your testimony with us real quick? We've got 5 minutes. Desi, why don't you share your testimony with us really quick? That's my granddaughter has terrible eczema. So I totally understand. That's very powerful.
And it's very painful when it starts to crack open and stuff. But I don't, Crystal asked me to do a testimonial, but I don't feel like mine's that great and awesome. There's just a few huge things that I have seen. The eczema one, my crazy legs. Well, they're not crazy legs. The technical term is restless leg syndrome. I haven't had that since I started the drops. I am getting more regular. I've had issues with that also. So I think my gut's starting to clear up. But Kevin sees stuff that I don't even see. But
yeah. So when I started, I got the call from Crystal and I was like, "All right, give me your bottle," and started using Desi's until I got some in. And literally within 2 days, I fought over 5 years a gut intestinal thing where I couldn't digest well. Sounded like I was passing gas every time I was at our meetings on Sundays, and it was not a fun thing. Couldn't eat and drink certain foods and drinks because of, just tear my stomach up. Within 2 days, that stomach bloating feeling went away. And within a week, I was able to start putting back in I started drinking beer again. Now I would drink beer and drink milk and eat ice cream anyways, but either I would suffer because of the pain or somebody else would suffer because of the problems with, the lactose intolerance problem. I don't have that anymore. It's all gone as of a week of taking the product now. It's been gone for 3 months that way. So to your point, Kenny, so to me, I won't stop taking the product because I know it's doing other things. Now, to that point, I do want to just add what Kenny asked about in relationship to some of the other health things. And we can't tell you guys what this is going to do. We're not going to make medical claims. We're not going to, the bottom line is the best thing you can do if you're serious about your health is listen to the doctors, listen to what they have to say, because and they're all recorded. This is not stuff that's hard to get. You just have to ask us for it if you can't find it yourself. But one of the things that I just found very important, I'll just say, I'm not going to tell you the whole story because you should listen. It's only 20 minutes long. And if 20 minutes can't be spent, then we don't know what to do for you. But when that doctor told us about how this could actually help long term and what it's been doing for his patients over the last year and a half since he's put his patients on it, you'll start to understand more about what it could do for you when the vagus nerve is activated, because it does work on hundreds of different functions in our body. And whether it be blood sugar, whether it be your heart, whether it be all these different things are affected by that nerve. So, Kenny, we can't really talk about things that we don't know and haven't experienced personally, but there's people out there that have. That's why we tell you, get on the wellness shift. That's why we say, listen to one of our calls. And a little tidbit, if I can share this one thing, I'll say this. If you're just getting started, if you haven't done anything with the business, maybe you've been in trying the product for a month or two, that's fine. When you're listening to these calls, the best benefit you have with these calls too is this is going to, I listened to a call 2 days ago and went, I need to call so-and-so because he has a young son that has, I think it's autism. And you'll hear different things on these calls that are just off the record as far as, how good they are, but it'll make you think about who there is. And that's really all this is
right. Well, let me just,
that's what we recommend.
We got 1 minute.
We only have
we
a
got
couple
1
minutes.
minute.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Since we have a couple
1 minute.
minutes.
1 minute.
1 minute.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
Our Zoom will only last so long. So
what is the testimonial in reference to the one that you told me about the autism? Because I know that Raymond is a teacher.
I will. So get with me offline. That's okay. The best I can tell you. I can't tell somebody else's testimony.
Okay, and it was
but
like
I will
a four-year-old
for you. I can send it to you. I'll forward it to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you guys so much for taking the time tonight. And that, like Kevin said, that Facebook Wellness Shift group, hundreds and hundreds of stories besides Tammy and Teresa's, and everybody on here that's working the business has got a story. So that's why we need to connect a lot, and that's why we need to listen to the calls, just as Tammy and Teresa are teaching us. But we want to thank you so much because their Zoom is going to go off, and you guys, we cannot say it enough. We love you with our heart. We love you. Thank you for taking the time with us.
Absolutely. Thank you
so
all
much
for being on here.
We love
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll do it
Thank you
again.
so much.
Thank you, guys.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Thank you.